When this man found himself surrounded by eagles, he did something most of us would never dare to do. One morning, a young fisherman named Jesse Peck headed out on his boat for work. Naturally, one might assume Jesse would mostly interact with sea creatures. However, on that fateful day, Jesse was in for a big surprise. One that came from the sky, not the deep blue sea. His reaction to the situation was both impressive and brave. Like most fishermen, Jesse was used to strange birds flying past him as he hauled in his nets. Given the amount of scraps and bits of fish that fell to the bottom of the boat, the smell of fresh food attracted every bird of prey nearby. Last week, Jesse and his crew had a particularly successful fishing trip. They pulled a large quantity of fish from the ocean and loaded them into containers. After a particularly big catch, a bald eagle began circling above them. The fishermen paused for a moment to watch the bird. Most of them were familiar with bald eagles, so they kept their cool to avoid startling it. Jesse scooped up a handful of scraps and carefully laid them out on the boat's railing. It was an offering the eagle gladly accepted. The bird swooped down, perched briefly on the railing, swallowed a few pieces, and then soared back into the sky. A few minutes later, the men noticed the eagle had called in some friends. Jesse laughed and joked that the eagles were copying each other. The birds circled overhead again, but the fishermen went back to work. For the next hour, the eagles remained in sight. During a break, Jesse and his crew gathered more scraps and spread them out on the boat. The eagles didn't land right away. They scoped out the situation first, but soon, they began flying closer. Jesse felt a special connection to these birds, knowing they were endangered, though still relatively common in Alaska. Later, Jesse grabbed more fish and scattered it across the deck, arming himself with a camera. One by one, the eagles landed, inching closer to him. At first, only a couple dared, but seeing it was safe, the rest followed. Despite the danger, Jesse remained calm. His boss watched nervously, but the eagles showed no aggression. At one point, their numbers on the boat doubled, and the railing was lined with patient birds. Then, overwhelmed by emotion, Jesse did something incredible. He took a piece of fish in his hand and held it out to the nearest eagle. These birds don't usually eat from human hands, but after a pause, the eagle took it. The camera captured the moment, allowing us to witness Jesse's bravery.